Okay, good afternoon. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing good. And what about you?
Yes, I'm doing well as well. So how was your exams? Did you do well
Yeah, my
yesterday?
exams were pretty, yeah, my exams were pretty well. So I have two more exams. So tomorrow is one exam and Monday will be the last.
Okay,
Actually, yeah, before I start something, so I would like to introduce myself. So my
yes.
name is Banu Prasad. So I am from Telangana. Currently, I am staying in Hyderabad. I am a student of BTech. I am pursuing BTech final year. So apart from academics and everything, so I'm running my own YouTube channel. So the name itself, English with Banu.
Okay.
So 1 year, I think 11 months ago, I started my YouTube channel because of my friends' advice and suggestion. So I'm very happy for that because I know it's a very difficult to run YouTube channel that to staying in hostel among group of people and
Right.
separately creating time for me to shoot videos and attending everything, whatever the activities will be going on in college. Yeah, so that's all about me.
All
And I
right.
would like to know your introduction, please.
Sure. So you know my name and you know that I run a YouTube channel as well. I am also a software engineer. By the way, which branch are you pursuing in BTech?
Yeah, data science.
Data science. Okay, I'm a computer science engineering graduate. I worked as a software
Okay.
engineer. After that, I worked as a trainer of spoken English. And right now, I'm a YouTuber. My hobbies include talking to
Yeah,
people. I love watching content on TV, movies, web series, etc. So if you have any questions, you can
yeah.
ask.
I have seen a lot of videos. You actually made conversation with different people, so that's why I wanted to have a conversation with you. So that's why I left a comment under one of your videos. I think so.
Yes, you left a comment in, I think, more than one video, maybe two videos. I think
Yes,
you
yes.
wanted to have a conversation, and that's when I gave you my mail ID, right? So earlier you were creating solo videos, right? Now you're
Yes,
creating
madam. Yes, yes.
videos.
Yeah, actually, these days I got to know that so there is a app Skype. So through Skype, I'm making videos. I'm making conversational videos with different people. Even they are showing much interest in talking to me. So that's why. So I think that so we have to try different things. We don't know what kind of things are gonna work for us. So I thought in my mind, and I decided, and I started even making conversational videos as well.
Okay. So there's one point in everyone's life where they feel that, oh God, I need to learn English. For me, it was I started English when I was in my school. I was pushed by my teachers, by my dad to learn English. And that is how it happened, like subconsciously, I started learning English. So what was that point in your life when you felt that English is so important, I have to learn this?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. So there is one particular point to start my English speaking journey. Actually, I am from my own regional language. So I have completed my education in my regional language, that is Telugu. So after completing my, when I was in school, when I was in 10th standard, so one of the teachers appointed to our school. So basically, I'm a hostel student. So one of teachers appointed as a English lecturer, English teacher, and she identified so my interest towards this English language, and started taking separate classes like explaining grammar, BTech grammar, degree grammar, intermediate grammar. So that's how I created interest. I developed the curiosity to know regarding grammar, whatever it could be, something new regarding in English. So after stepping out of my school, so totally I forgot about that learning and everything. So all of a sudden when I entered this BTech, again I came to know that so the same teacher who called me and asked me, so you are about to join BTech, so you must have good communication skills no matter what you are going to step in Hyderabad. So no matter, so whoever you meet in your life, so just have a conversation with them in English, because after your 4 years of graduation, so your life is going to be somehow better if you are good at communication skills. Just try to focus on improving and building your communication skills. So I neglected initial days, but as the days are moving on, as the days were moving on, I came to know that yes, whatever the words my teacher has suggested me, so it's absolutely right. So I have to start implementing. So I decided and I made up my mind. I started working on my communication skills. Like as you told before, so when I go to college by bus, so I had my own mobile phone. So I started listening a lot of English content. So like whatever it could be, whether it could be podcast, whether it could be songs, news, or else motivational speech, whatever it could be. So that's how I started my English speaking journey. And one more point, that is, so my parents are uneducated. So I thought in my mind, so in my village, so there is no one who speaks English. So I started in my mind, so if I start speaking in English, I'm going to get a lot of respect in my village. So not only me, including even my parents will get respect maybe. So I thought in such a way, and I decided and I started working on my communication skills. So but the day when as I thought, so these days in my own village, so my parents are getting a lot of respect. So I'm very proud of myself, the steps I have taken in my life so far.
I can totally relate because even my mom is not that educated. So when I used to go to her village, so people used to try and bring someone experienced in the village who knew a little bit of English. So they would call them and they would say, see, her daughter speaks English, can you talk with her, can you talk? So they used to talk, and it is a different kind of craze in villages that they know English, they can talk English. I was very
Yes, yes.
young at that time, and I used to find it really funny that they find English to be a language of that, God, they are intelligent, they know English kind of feeling. Okay, so tell me a little bit about your native, about your hometown.
Yeah, so basically, I have already mentioned that I am from Telangana. In Telangana, one of the districts, Medak. So from Medak, my village is 25 kilometers away from Medak district. It's a small remote area. So
Okay.
where nobody speaks in Telugu. Sorry, where
English.
nobody speaks in English. So we people usually speak in a regional language. So I used to face a lot of struggles when I was at home. So because all of a sudden, if I started speaking in English, even my parents at the initial days of my journey of speaking English, so I simply, as soon as I wake up from the bed, so I just went and I stood in front of mirror and I used to practice myself by looking at mirror or somehow in English. So my mother came to me and she used to scold me, what the language you are speaking, even we are not getting what you are speaking, so why you are speaking. So I took whatever my mother's call, so I took it as a blessings and I explained them detail. So this is the language. If I keep learning this language, you should not scold me like this. You should encourage me because you people have not spoken English. You are not educated, whereas your son is doing something great. Like so, your son is learning something new language. So you should feel proud. After some couple of years, after a couple of months, so you are going to see whatever the work I'm doing today, the results are in the future. So I already mentioned before. So right now my parents are feeling very happy the way I'm speaking, the way I'm communicating in English.
Okay, that is
Yeah,
nice.
this is all.
Right. Oh, which is your favorite place to hang out in Hyderabad? Do you go out with your friends?
Yeah, sure, sure. So there's a place called Tangban nearby park, NTR Gardens. So usually whenever I feel alone, whenever I feel like giving up on something, so there is a friend who supports me genuinely. So in BTEX, his name is Sunil. So I immediately call him and I ask him, shall we go out? So definitely he doesn't say no. So he always, whenever I ask him, so he comes to me and he takes me to that NTR garden or somewhere where I feel comfortable and just I will enjoy the peace and the greenery and everything along with my friend. Yeah,
Okay,
I am the person who loves traveling even.
that is nice. And is it your first time in Hyderabad? You came only for learning BTech?
Ah, yes, yes. Actually, it's been 4 years I'm staying in Hyderabad.
Okay.
So yeah, right now I'm in final year of BTech.
So what about placements? Have they started?
Yes, yes, placements have started and I got selected one of the companies HCL with 7 LPA. Yeah, I'm so happy for
So
that.
what are your plans? Are you going to join?
Actually, I don't have any interest to go and to sit in a company and to work for the company. So my interest are something different. I just want to explore. So I just want to teach English. So I don't know why, because English is a passion. English is one of my passions. So I try to learn something new. I'm a person who loves learning something new regarding not only English, so meeting new people and having interaction with new people. So I am a such kind of person. So if I have these kind of habits, if I am the person who wants to sit in a place where for morning to evening, I don't want to satisfy that kind of life. So I just want to switch my life after BTech. I just want to prepare for UPSC. So I just want to go for government sector.
Okay, but joining BTech was your conscious decision, or your parents wanted you to be an engineer?
Yeah, my parents want me to be an engineer. But after entering BTech, I came to know a lot of things. That so we have to move on according to our interest and our passion. Then we will see success in the future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But also, don't you think like it is a different angle if you take up the job, your parents might be happy for you, like you got a job in the
Yeah,
software,
definitely.
right?
Yeah, definitely. If I don't go towards the field of software engineer, if I choose whatever the field I want to go, so if I say my parents, definitely they will feel very happy. So they only say that. So no matter what the activity you do, what kind of profession you want to choose, you have to be happy. That's it. So they always say this one particular thing to me.
Oh, then it is nice. You have a lot of freedom in your thoughts as well. Otherwise,
Yes,
it is
yes.
usually a lot of pressure on youth because parents want them to do something like what you got your job in HCL. So they would definitely encourage you got a job, go work. Why do you want to explore something else? So that pressure will always be there. But I think you're lucky enough your parents are letting you explore yourself and your passion. Are you the only child?
Yes, yes. Yes, yes. I have one elder sister. She got married.
Hmm. Okay. So
Yes.
in Hyderabad, have you been to Nilofer Cafe?
Nilofek. Sorry, can you repeat?
In Hyderabad, have you been to Nilofer Cafe? Nilofer Cafe.
Yes, yes, yes. Once
Okay.
I think, along
One.
with my friend, the same friend.
All right. It's an amazing place. I really love the bun maska and the chai. Very, very nice. When we come,
Yes,
we actually bring like so many boxes of that for my maternal home and for us. We love the bun maska there.
okay, okay. So I would like to ask you a few questions, ma'am. So are you the person who is only doing these kind of videos, or else are you doing any other job?
Right now, I'm doing only YouTube. I used to also train people for spoken English, but right now, I'm doing only YouTube.
Okay, okay. Are you staying in Hyderabad?
No, I live in a city which is very close to Hyderabad. It's like 4 hours drive from here. But I have been associated with Hyderabad quite a lot of time. I've been like 3, 4 times for holiday or
Okay,
yeah.
that's good to hear, ma'am.
And
And so
also,
today I will wait. Yes,
yeah, I when I was going to Australia, so the nearest place for us to do all our visa documents, etc., was Hyderabad. So we used to travel a lot to Hyderabad, and also we took our flights from Shamshabad. So it is like we used to go to Hyderabad a lot. That's why I'm familiar with the city.
okay, okay. That's really nice. Okay, ma'am. So is there any questions if you want to ask?
Oh, okay. You had only 2 questions for me?
Yeah, no, no two questions, but actually a lot of questions are running in my mind. So I would like to ask you just when did you switch on to your English speaking journey? I mean, when did you start your, what motivated you to start this English speaking?
Oh, as I told you already, because my language journey started from my childhood, from my school days,
Okay.
my dad. So yeah, I've been speaking since I was a child.
Okay. So that's you how you, I think you had a great atmosphere, so right, since your childhood. But I am
Right.
the person who started my journey just a few years ago, like when I was in BTech first year.
Okay. From 3 years, you're learning English.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me, what are the challenges now you face? Because your fluency is good. Now, what do you think you are lacking in your English journey?
Yeah, so actually, basically, every English learner does face this one particular problem. That's a nobody finds a partner to speak and to engage in real life conversation. So, because, for example, if I go and if I meet my friends in my real life, so everybody speaks in our own regional language. So that is the biggest barrier, I think so. So, in coming to my opinion, so I think that so even I'm stretching my hands, I'm looking forward to people so who is there ready to speak in English because I know that. So if we want to speak, if we want to become a fluent speaker in this language, so we have to speak no matter what, whether it's a right English or wrong English. So we should not care for our mistakes. So right now I'm not lacking anything because whatever the resources I knew about, so I'm just using it in a wise way. Like there are many free apps which I have got to know recently, that CV application and is fluency and talk app. So I'm totally on CV application. So I use, because it is providing 30 minutes free talk time. So according to our level of English, it is only selecting the partners like co-learners. So it is providing the co-learners. I'm using there, and also I'm taking even spoken English classes also. So through online. So I'm making these type of conversational videos, and I have a habit. So I can proud of myself that, so always whenever I feel alone, I just try to speak to myself on different topics. So yeah, this is how I practice. And also I think that, so I should indulge more and more. Even I'm thinking that, so right now I'm not just focusing because I have exams. So Monday my exams will be last. After completing my exams, even I have some different plans to work on these areas. I have to improve these areas more and more in order to reach more fluency. Yeah, ma'am. So this is all about.
Okay. So there is an aspect called as mother tongue influence and pronunciation while learning English, right? So for a considerable thing, like it doesn't show so much in your language. Is there any particular exercise or practice you are doing in order to get rid of your MTI?
Yes, ma'am. So mother tongue influence, I can do this activity, that, so whenever I frequently I listen to some native speakers in videos on YouTube. So whenever I watch their videos, I just speak out loud along with them. So I imitate them. So that's how I'm practicing.
You're doing shadowing for your pronunciation
Yes.
practice. Okay, okay. So when you started learning English at first, some people make a few mistakes or they have misconceptions while learning the language. That is, for some people, they feel that they have to learn grammar first. But for other people, they feel that they have the hesitation to start speaking. They feel that let me learn English well and then we will start speaking. So these are few mistakes that people make when they start learning English. So in your case, was there anything that you remember and you want to tell people don't do this mistake?
Yes, ma'am. So initial days, so I completely used to focus on only grammar. So I think that, so if I become good at grammar, definitely I'm going to speak English fluently. So fluently. So I thought, so I was in that dilemma that, so grammar is really important. Up to some extent, grammar is really important. So I got realized it lately. So after I got realization that grammar is only important up to some extent, so I immediately started speaking. So when I start speaking in English, so I literally used to make a lot of grammatical mistakes even, because I was completely good at grammar. So while I was speaking, I was not able to focus on the way I'm speaking. I was completely focusing on whether I'm making mistakes grammatically or not. So for based on your request, so I'm only suggesting the people who are going to watch this video is, so initial days we should not focus on grammar too much. So because it is a language, we have to speak each and every single day. So then we will become fluent speaker, in my opinion. So if we keep focusing on grammar, so when we get an opportunity to speak in English, so we assume that, so maybe I'm making grammatical mistakes. So there we may stuck while speaking in English. Words don't get into our mind. Yes.
That's right. Okay, one final question to you. What is the best and worst thing about your life right now?
Yeah, the best thing happened after starting my YouTube channel, of course, I can say, because I have seen a lot of transformation during these 11 months. So, 11 months ago, I was completely different. So, right, I'm totally different because 11 months ago, I was completely an introvert person. So
Okay.
right now I became from an introvert to extrovert. It's only because of my YouTube journey and this type of conversation. So this is the best thing that happened. And the worst thing, of course, I say, so the worst thing in Hyderabad, that too. So 2.5 years. So I had to stay alone in the room. So that's the worst thing I can consider in my life. That's it.
So are you living in a hostel or a PG?
Yeah, I'm living in hostel right now.
Okay, so how are you alone? I'm sure you have roommates, right?
Ma'am, right now I'm staying in alone, right from one to semester, I think one to 3-1, up to 3-1. So I was staying alone in the room separately.
Okay, so it is one person in a room. It's like that.
Yeah, not hostel, it's a separate room, so which I have taken. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I am the person who used to cook for myself and everything. So it was totally different. So, but I don't know how I could manage all those things like going college, cooking food, and shooting videos. So totally, I'm really respecting myself these days because so whatever the steps I have taken in my life, it's really good for me. I'm considering these days.
I
When I
think you're.
was in that situation, so I was thinking that so why only these things are happening to me? But these days I'm thinking that so yeah, I totally realized everything in so early when compared to other people. So it's for my goodness. I'm thinking these days.
Also, it is. See, you're appreciating yourself, and I think you have um, great respect towards your mom also because she used to take care of you and cook food for you all the time. So maybe you
Yes,
realized her importance after living alone.
yes. Ma'am. Every time whenever I was cooking, when I was staying alone in the room, so all the time I used to remember how my mother wakes up early in the morning and how she cooks for us. I used to remember everything.
So are you going to go back to your native or continue staying in Hyderabad and preparing for your UPSC?
Yes, ma'am. After this exam, so I just want to go and I just want to see my parents, and I will again come back to Hyderabad within a week. That's it. And after coming back to Hyderabad, I just want to start preparation.
I think the Hyderabad is the city that you're going to settle in, right? Because of the opportunities and
Yes, ma'am.
amenities, everything. Hmm.
And one more question I would like to ask you lastly. So, so far you have listened to my English. So, can you give feedback for my English, ma'am?
Yeah, sure. Your fluency is good, confidence level is good, and your communication skills are good as well because you're smiling, you're using good body language. So everything is there. I think you need more practice. Keep practicing and little bit, I think you should have to focus on your pronunciation still. Some
Yes,
words
yes.
are there which are pronounced wrongly, so you can take care of your pronunciation and your accent. That's all. I think fluency is there, accuracy is good, confidence is good, communication skills are good. I think that's why you're already placed in a company, so good enough. So
Okay.
just have more practice.
Ma'am, thank you for your
Yeah,
kind words and kind feedback for my English.
no problem at all. Okay, so we'll end the session here today.
Yes, ma'am, sure, sure. But so before ending this session, so I'm really thankful for you joining with me and having a conversation with me. It was really nice conversation with you.
Likewise, thank you so
Actually,
much.
when you mailed me last night, I think so yesterday. So I was waiting for you to connect with you.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. And okay,
Thank you so much, ma'am.
you're welcome. Bye bye.
Okay, ma'am. Bye.